What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Leo Patso Productions. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is the part 4 video all about the Osee G7 Pro external camera monitor. This monitor, if you guys are not already familiar, is the perfect camera monitor. And just to name a few features: 7 inches, a touchscreen, 3000 nits, HDMI input and output, 3G SDI input and output, and we can also control our cameras from the monitor. Wow. I'm telling you, you guys are going to be blown away. If you want to know everything you need to know about this monitor, I highly suggest to watch the part 1 video, which gives you guys basically an overview, everything you need to know about this monitor. Part 2 video, we focus on just the menu of the G7 Pro. The part 3 video, we focus on the G7 Pro being connected to my Panasonic Lumix cameras. And today, part 4 video, we're going to be focusing on connecting the G7 Pro to my Zcam, specifically my Zcam E2 S6 cinema camera. All right, guys, check it out. Here I have my Zcam E2 S6 cinema camera connected to the G7 Pro with the USB-C cable over here. And I do also have the HDMI output from the camera going to the monitor. And as you guys can see, we do actually have all of our tool icons for all of our controls for the camera. We will have a closer look at that shortly. I just wanted to share with you guys some info just to kind of make your life a little bit easier. On the menu over here in the settings of the camera, I actually had to change one of the settings for the USB. I'm going to go ahead and show you right now. So I just clicked menu over here. As you can see, it's being displayed on the G7 Pro. So what you want to do is just come over here to connect, select connect. You want to come down over here to USB. And as you can see right now, I have it set to serial. So we do have a few different options over here. And from my testing, serial is the one that you want to select. So that is what you want to do for the USB-C control from the G7 Pro to control the Zcam, at least in my testing that I've done so far at the time of making this video. Let's have a closer look over here into the left-hand side. So similar to the GH6, I have not been able to set up the touch to focus or any of my autofocus settings from the monitor. As you can see, it's grayed out. Maybe in a future firmware update, it might be possible, but right now I have not been able to. So let's take a look quickly at these other settings that we have, similar to what we have from the other camera. Let's click on the first one. You can see I have control of my shutter angle, which is really nice. So we do have full control over here. You can see that we can change the shutter, nice and easy. So next over here, we do have the aperture controls. Right now I'm at f5. You can see that I can just simply toggle this up or down, and we can change the exposure nice and easy. We can obviously start and stop recording. We have control of the ISO as well. So you can see the exposure is changing by me changing the ISO. Next over here, we have the white balance. No fancy settings I need to do in the camera, just simply connected and away you go. I have all of these controls. It's actually really easy to connect, and that's pretty much all the controls that we have. If we wanted to close this menu because we just want to see the full real estate of the screen, just tap right there. If you wanted to quickly switch over to the monitor control, you just tap this bottom left hand button, and now we have all of our tools. So having a closer look over here at the bottom of the monitor, you can see that we do have the information about the camera as far as the settings. For an example, Z-Log, ProRes 422, we got the frames per second, the audio level meters coming from the camera, and we do also have some information up over here. But let's go ahead and actually close the tools, the camera controls over here. Let's just minimize that for now, because it does also show me this information as far as the camera settings as well. We got my aperture, my shutter angle, the ISO, as far as my ND filter. We got the white balance, the temperature, and the memory card, Wi-Fi, battery voltage. So we got all that typical information that you normally would. And if we go ahead and tap on these camera controls over here, some additional information over here, which is pretty much just listing the camera name that it's connected to, resolution, frames per second, and the codec that you're filming in, etc. So if we wanted to go ahead, do that one touch switching from camera controls over to the monitor controls, press this bottom left hand button. And in this case, why don't we go ahead and activate the waveform? And also, since I'm filming right now in Z-Log, we want to activate my own custom 3D LUT. You can see how much kind of darker it makes the log footage, because this is the monitoring LUT that I like to use because it helps me expose better. So why don't we go back to the camera settings and expose for this image a little bit better. So if you guys are not familiar with the Zcam, it likes a lot of light, so that's exactly what I'm going to give it. Let's open up this aperture a little bit. Why don't we go back over here and enable focus peaking, because it doesn't look like I'm in focus. And now I can adjust the focus manually. And you can see by my focus peaking, focus assist, I am in focus. Perfect. So guys, at the time of filming this video, the G7 Pro does support camera control for several different camera brands and camera models, and they are going to continue to add more camera brands and models to that support list. So definitely stay tuned. If you do not see your camera listed, don't worry, because they may possibly add your camera to that list of supported cameras. So if you guys do have any questions or concerns, let me know down into the comment section down below. I'm going to leave the product link down into the description as well. That's a wrap. We'll catch you guys onto the next one. Till next time, peace.